All right, what's up, guys? Haas here. I want to talk about this guy, Tim Thomas. I think that's his name. I don't know because I don't really follow sports because sports are a giant waste of frickin' time. But this guy, Tim Thomas, right? He's going to go to the invited to the White House, and Obama's going to glad hand his ass, and they're going to do all this other crap and talk about how great their frickin' team is. Uh, while our country's falling apart, and he says, let's see, let me get to his quote. Tim Thomas says, I believe the federal government has grown out of control, threatening the rights, liberties, and property of the people. This has been done at an executive, legislative, and judicial level. This is in direct opposition to the Constitution and the Founding Fathers' vision of the federal government. Because I believe this, today I exercised my right as a free citizen and did not visit the White House. This was not about politics or party, as in my opinion, both parties are responsible for the situation we are in as a country. This was about a choice that I had to make as an individual. This is the only public statement I'll be making on this topic. So this no talent ass clown, not him, but let's see, Nicholas Goss on writing for the Bleacher Report, which sounds like a giant turd. I mean, I don't know who the hell would want to read this damn thing. It's popped up on Google. So he says, Thomas took an exciting day. This is Nicholas Goss. Thomas took an exciting day for the Bruins and turned all the attention away from the team aspect and all about him. Anyone who has watched Thomas play or covered him firsthand, like I have, would tell you immediately that Tim is not the kind of guy who would do this, which makes this whole ordeal that much more surprising. If Thomas doesn't think the government's being run well, that's fine. I'm sure many would agree with him to some extent, but those feelings did not stop him from competing in the 2010 Olympic Games in Vancouver. Uh, let's see here. I'm missing the part where he says this. Okay, so Nicholas Goss, right before that, he says, while Thomas explains that this is not about politics or party, he's wrong. That's exactly what it's about. Playing in a city and a state, for that matter, which is the fifth most democratic, or two Democrats are running it. This comment could anger another number of people. Where's that other part where he's talking about this? Boston Bruins star goalie Tim Thomas made himself the lead story of the event by selfishly not attending the team's White House visit with President Barack Obama on Tuesday to honor the team's championship last season. Thomas has now gone from Boston sports legend and hero to someone that many people in the state of Massachusetts will now think of quite differently, and not because of his ability to keep pucks on the net. And basically, he goes on to say that I can't remember where it's at in this lengthy piece of shit article, but it's basically saying how he's selfish because he's making it about him and his political views and all that. Well, I got a little message for you there, Nicholas Goss. Hey, go fuck yourself, because what we need in this country right now is men with balls, men like Tim Thomas who are willing to stand up to Obama and say, hey, fuck you. This is bullshit. It's slave pieces of shit like Nicholas Goss who have their heads so far up the NHL's ass that they can't see anything else other than where their next little meal comes from, and their next little enjoyment comes from, and how they can pleasure themselves today. Well, I got news for you, Nicholas Goss, because Tim Thomas here, he's on track. I'd be surprised if this guy doesn't have a couple of AK-47s and a couple, maybe 10,000 rounds of ammunition, because this guy's smart. He sees what's coming down the road, and it's assholes like you and pieces of shit like you that are going to be traipsing along, coming, begging guys like Tim Thomas for help when you're starving to death. And this really pisses me off because it's this little pussy boy mentality. Coming from a sports columnist who probably thinks he's some kind of badass, probably played sports in his younger years, and he's just trying to relive his glory days through being a commentator on it. You know, you make me sick. And there's a little picture here of Obama holding a jersey, team jersey with, so maybe he's like an honorary member of the team or something. That's horseshit, man. If I was Tim Thomas, I'd quit that damn team. Who the fuck would want Obama on their frickin' team? Not me. That's for damn sure. I wouldn't want Obama. I wouldn't want Bush. I wouldn't want any of these fuckers up there in Washington on my team. Really? Nicholas Goss, you can kiss my ass.